Hey, how are we going? It is Kaz from In the Trenches with Kaz. And today is an important subject. Too often we're speaking about and speaking for the lion, but not the lioness. So let's talk about that tonight. We're going to be talking about the Australian Army, the partners of the soldiers, the families of the soldiers, what they need to know, and what soldiers need to tell them so that everyone gets off on the right track. Hey, proud Australian, how you going, mate? Sup? Hello, Mark Schroeder. Hey, Kaz, how you going? Lauren is shining with 4 kisses. Got them all. And we've got Winnie 007, JC, getting ready for his big OP on Monday. His big op. He's still going ahead with it, I believe. We've got Bailey Chisholm. Good evening, mate. Good evening, you. Bailey and milk. Bailey and cream. Mike Ledger. Jaden Anderson, mate. It's great to see you. Great to see you too. I can't actually see you, but Nick K, not special K, but special in his own right. And we've got Fugly there. Hope you're doing well tonight, mate. Hope Gina's doing well too. He's a lovely partner. We've got Byron Bay Fensham there. We've got Kangakeethi, double K, KK, not KKK. We've got Midway Gelball. Hey, Kaz and team. G'day, buddy. Brenton Druitt. We've got Nosh Foster. My eyes are gone at 45 years old, team. Did him out of the village. Eyes gone. 2020, Trump's got that one, but not me. My eyesight is done. Ed B. And the lovely Chantel over in Tennessee. I hope you're doing well, mate. I hope my US family is doing well. I hope Jody and Matt. I hope that Uncle Joe is doing fine. I hope Denise is good. I hope they're all good. You know, we're all going through this stuff together. Dave D. He's been on the phone all day with another man, but not a sailor. Lauren, hi, everyone. Please have a thumbs up below. Okay, thank you for that. Drew HG, JC says he's drunk, so may fall asleep soon. That's awesome, mate. Whatever gets you through the hard times, my man. We'll call it anesthetic, if you will, and that's the best way to get through a cyclone too. Guys and gals, tonight we're going to be talking about an interesting subject. So many people within this group here, this comment section, this channel, the Forever Channel, In the Trenches with Kaz, want the golden nuggets of information on how they go through the Australian Army enlistment process, the conflicts and the trials and tribulations that go through being in the military, etc., and also that of operations, and also the hurdles of discharge, which I hope you wouldn't be trying to do at the moment. Guys and girls, tonight we're going to be talking about the partners of said soldiers, enlisted members, what they should be worried about, what they should be thinking about, what they shouldn't be worried about, and what they can do. Because options gives confidence, and confidence gives belief, and that will allow you to have a seamless life where those that are going off the military don't have to worry about what's happening on the home front, and the home front doesn't have to worry about what's going on with the individual that's following the footsteps of the ANZACs, so to speak, in creating a new life for them. So if you're enlisting in the Australian Army, put a thumbs up right now if you can, please. And if you have a partner, make it 2. And if you've got a partner who's watching, maybe grab her if she's on the lounge, not in a Weinstein kind of way, and get her to come over and listen in. And we'll talk about that for a little while. I'll give you a couple of seconds for that. We've got the single hand there, and the Napoleon wave, as I'd like to call it. We've got Jay Hayes from WA over there. JC on the proper. What's he got here? G'day, Muppet, says JC. Hey, guys, says JJ. We've got Grid here too, and Kingsley 1108, and we've got Noah Foster. Hey, why isn't his comments blocked? Whose comments? I don't get involved in the politics. Don't worry about getting hurt feelings, team. We don't get hurt feelings. All right. You can take offense, you can't give it. All right. Remember that line. If you take offense, that's your choice. All right. If it's offensive to everyone, then maybe Lauren or one of the moderators will jump in. But either way, team, when you go to join the military, you need to have a really big conversation with the person that you say that you love. Whether that's a man says it to a man and he's going away to be a sailor, I get it. Whether you're going to the Chair Force / Air Force, if you're going to the Army, you need to have a serious talk with your number two, your battle buddy up to that point. And you need to determine in your mind, are they actually on this path with you? How old are you? Do you have the maturity to make a decision, not just that affects your life, but the life of someone else? Are you going to drag them through something until a point that you don't need them anymore, like an externality, and then drop them when the next option comes along, like working at the mines, etc.? Like an NRL player, dropping them for a better contract in a better place. You don't have that option. And if you do, then maybe you should be saying to your partner, let's just put things on hold for a little while and see how we track. Because you're going to be very lonely at times through Kapuka. It's a very emotional place, and it can make you double down on things that maybe aren't as serious as they need to be at this stage. You can treat Kapuka like a test. The way you support me through Kapuka, the way you support me through the School of Infantry, the way I feel on graduation will determine whether this relationship gets past our initial hurdle. That naturally is scrapped if you have kids involved, a wife and kids, a de facto partner and kids. But you do need to have that conversation, because without communication, you really are walking in quicksand and potentially ruining your area of influence, which is emotionally being hung on to by someone else who's left in the shade, in the fog of war, so to speak. Team, I'll be with you in a second. Kaz, your internet connection is pretty bad, or is it me, as I've drunk too much? No one is allowed to come to our enlistment day. Jay Jackman, that's fine, mate. That's going to happen. We all know why. So just get with it, mate. That's fine. It's no big deal, really. It'd be a nice thing, but normally a lot of families can't make it to the School of Infantry either, or whether it be Steel Barracks, or whether it be Puckapunyal. It's okay. It's a massive deal to you. It is to your family as well. Send them a picture. They'll be happy. Okay. So with your partner, you get to Kapuka. Before you get there, you're going to give them your postal address that's going to have your regimental number that they will get from you after you sign the enlistment form, and they might be there when you sign on, etc. And you get on the bus and off you go. They may not hear from you for days or a week, but they'll probably let you make a welfare call within the first week, because they need your emotions to settle down. From there, what will happen is they are going to ask you while you're at Kapuka, do you have a partner? Yes or no, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Is that partner de facto? Are you in a de facto relationship with them? Do you live with them? Do you have children with them? Are you meeting the registered requirements for them to be classed as de facto partner? Okay, which is almost, or well, actually is like legally being married. So there is certain milestones of evidence that you need to provide that does that. And there is, there is unlocks that you will get for that. There is entitlements that go to soldiers, as well as some sacrifices that you'll make for having a significant other and or children, and an emotional baggage as well, always wondering how they're going, etc. So if you have children, if you have a partner, have photos of them. Put those photos up on your board to remind you why you're there, and the power that you must have to succeed as quickly as possible to make sure the length of time between A and B, when you meet your loved one again, that is as soon as possible for their sake. Everything you do is for their sake, not for your own. You're already volunteering to go into the military. That's your gift. Their gift is that you do it as professionally, and that you put all the time in preparation and get your battle buddy through so him and his family make it out too. So you've got to keep your head straight. Don't ring your missus every time you get the opportunity. Have a certain time that you ring them to get in a schedule, so you don't throw her out, so she doesn't have to continually waiting by the phone in case you get a couple of minutes where the second you get on, you want to talk dirty and go, can we have phone sex now? No, no, it's not the way it works. Make sure you ask her how she's going, how he's going, etc. And in return, what they should do is send things to you in the mail. Don't just make it correspondence by phone, because if you do that, okay, if you do that, then there's nothing to remember. If they send you letters, you've got letters to remember that you can smell. But if you send stuff, the boxes get opened in front of everyone for security reasons, and they will take any paraphernalia, alcohol away if you try to sneak that to them. None of that either. So once they determine that you have a de facto, a bride, wife, husband, etc., children, then what will occur is you will have paperwork that is filled out. The Army assumes that you are going to pass Kapuka, that you are going to pass your initial employment training, that you are going to make it to the unit. But it's not that easy, because you still may fail. You still may get posted somewhere you don't expect. So don't make any promises to the people that are supporting you, okay? Kapuka is still too early to tell your missus to move anywhere. If you want to go to Townsville, doesn't matter. Want to move to Brisbane, doesn't matter. If you said when you joined, oh, I really want to go to Brisbane, and they said, okay, you can go to Brisbane, bullshit. You will not know until you get a posting order from your initial employment training, which is going to be at your secondary school after Kapuka. So you still won't know anything. It's too early for your partner to start looking at movements, quitting jobs, etc., while you're still at Kapuka. We'll take it though, you've got all the way through Kapuka, boom. There's no time off in between, and you won't be getting March outs at this stage where you can catch up with your partner. So from there, you'll be going to your gaining IET school, your initial employment training school. I'll be with you in a second, comments. And from there, what will occur is you will go there, and infantry, for example, will base it off that, goes for 3 months. Take into account it could be anywhere up to a month before you're in a platoon if you are not physically prepared, and we'll say you are today, that you're physically prepared to commence a course from holding platoon into Kapyong platoon. All right, because they're always named after battle honours, Long Tam platoon, etc. So you get to the School of Infantry. You're probably going to be there at least a week. So whatever the 12 to 13 weeks is, add a week on. Right, just don't make any plans. Have them in pencil, not in pen. Okay. From there, you're going to get in session. Once you get into session, you can start to map out on time. Okay, this is when I should be getting out of the School of Infantry based on the training program. There's no secrets. Okay, except how are you going to go in this course and what battalion you're going to go to. Again, there's no guarantees of where you're going to. You could say you want to go to 3 area, no positions going to 3 area. You could want to go to 1, 2, or 3, no positions going to Townsville. You don't get to change your mind or anything like that. That's just, you're going to go to Army needs, battalion needs, etc. So at this stage, your partner, you have an option where you could fly them, not at the moment, into Newcastle. And then you would meet them from the School of Infantry, unless they made their way to a hotel to comfort in that's not so comfortable in Singleton. And then they could meet you on the weekends where you go and have local leave with them in Singleton at a motel, which I did with the girl that I married. And, go from there. So you could meet them in Newcastle on the weekends. Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. As a matter of fact, they want you to get to Singleton. They want you to go in there, get around the beach, go and have a good time, look at the grass, have a few drinks, go and relax. Go and make a new girlfriend. I will never die. Make all those promises you need to. Whatever gets you through the next week of hardship. Josh, you don't need to do that, mate. Just want to say a big thank you, Kaz, for your helpful content. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much. You can hold on to your shekels, but team, honestly, we're in troubled times at the moment. And I'm still going to have the coffee, regardless of whether you front it or not. But thank you very much, Josh. We'll give you double one. Nutsu cow. It's the first double Nutsu cow I've given since this new channel has been up and running. Thank you very much, mate. Just want to say a big thank you, Kaz, for all your helpful content. No worries. I didn't know you were black. I can see the colour of your arm there. Black is bigger, I guess. So you're at Singleton. what's going to occur is you've got some hard gates to meet in the School of Infantry. And again, this is going to happen in transport. It's going to happen in Armoured Corps. It's going to happen in artillery. Tommy the gun, he leaves on Monday and Tuesday. We've got some interesting stuff coming out for him too that you're going to like. And it's going to be coming out probably tomorrow, the perfect way, the way that you can get through Kapuka 100%, no chance of failure. It's going to be a quick video, straight to the point. But there is no better strategy, and I'll be delivering that to you tomorrow. Not a stream. It's going to be a production. Bam. Right, next. You're going to be navigating your way through the School of Infantry. You need to make it very clear where you need to go to. By, for example, letting your section commanders know, I need to go to 2. I want to go to 2. If I can't go to 2, I want to go to 1. If I can't go to 1, I want to go to 3. I want to be in Townsville. And it's not just because you want to have the sound of choppers, helos over there, or the fact that it's one of the best sporting towns in Australia, or the fact that it's almost round, which means you can navigate your way across it in just over 15 minutes in every direction, or the fact that it's wedding weather every single day, or the fact that it's got Cactus Jack's, the best authentic Mexican food in the world. It's because it's also half the price of living in bloody Sydney and Brisbane. It's not at the moment the best place to go in because we've got a lot of crime, but for sensitive reasons that they're not allowed to address it, and the court system is not behind incentives to stop it as well. But that's another subject, and probably said offline with someone like JC that can handle the truth. Okay, sorry for everyone's ears. But what's going to happen is it's because it's also a town that understands partners. It is a military garrison town. So you're not going to get rolled eyes from someone when you come up and your wife comes up, looks for a job. When your girlfriend looks for a job, they're expecting it. So when you turn up there as a lovely lady, we'll say her name is Catonius S. Okay, then how long before he gets here? Okay, it's going to be a few more weeks, or he's been here for 6 months. No worries. So they know you've got you for probably 3.5 years, 4 years. There's also universities, etc. It's a good place, etc. It's got a university as well. Everything at your beck and doorstep. So what's going to happen is at the end of School of Infantry, when you've got a week or so to go, you're going to get a posting order before the march out. The posting order means that you can probably successfully and rightfully say to your partner, it's now time to get in touch with DHA, Defence Housing Authority. They're the people that look after our accommodation. If you are a private soldier, you'll be going to the live-in lines. Okay, and you'll be living on base. Okay, where is everyone tonight? I don't understand what's going on. So you'll be living in on the barracks, air-conditioned room, aircon doesn't go off, with your own bathroom, all that, and you can opt whether you're going to be paying for rations or not. You'll have an ID card, security. No one can stalk you onto the base. All you're going to do is get on the base, and it's like being in another country. They haven't got a passport, can't chase you. Anyway, that is mandatory. If you have a partner, a de facto partner, children, wife, etc., it is very important that you give them the best chance of success. And that is when you get the posting order, when they get a home find or equivalent, a rental assistance recon package that allows them to come up and have a look for civilian property or houses that are being provided for you at normally around half market rent. You don't want them to move up straight away. And I'm going to explain that. It might have been 6 months since you've really seen them. Okay. And when you add children to that, that's very technical. That can be very, very hard. Very hard. So one of the things you should do is remember when you get to the battalion, depending on what time of year you get there, you might be going straight in a course period. You might be going straight into a brigade activity. You might be going to battalion live fires. You might be going into, you name it. You might be going to Tully. They're not going to suddenly go, stop, everything to allow you time to go and have some fun, get your breath back, do everything before you're comfortable to go, okay, let's go on. You don't get to just tap out either. When you get to the battalion, you have to marry them first. What do I mean by that? Well, that means that when you go and see someone like Jason Harrison from Snipers, when you go and see people at around the barracks, and you do an area, what would you call it? Well, basically, you're going to do an acclimatization package. You're going to get shown around the area. They're going to allow you to get used to the temperature of being in North Queensland. Okay, they're going to give you inoculations as well, so that is part of your readiness in case you need to get rapid deployed, because there is time limits between inoculations before you're ready. You're going to do fitness tests. You're going to do all those things, and then when you're given a badge, the green light for this guy can participate fully in everything, you might be going straight out bush, straight out field. Okay, you don't want your wife, kids, partner to get to Townsville and then be, what do you mean you're going already? You can't leave me to do all the removals by myself. I don't know anyone looking after kids, putting them into schools, looking for a job, or even worse, if there is no kids, she's up there just by herself going, what do? I don't know anyone. Wait until you get up there, find out what your first program's going to be, fly them up there, and spend probably a week with them. Okay? Spend a week somewhere up there, where they can have a look around Townsville, make sure they like it, because they might have changed their mind about you by now too, when the 6 months you've been away. And by now, you're going to know whether you want to be with that person or not too. And you need to go out with your platoon. You're going to have some drinks with them. You're going to bond with them. You're going to be doing PT with them. You can't be saying, oh, it's almost time to go home. I've got family needs. They're not going to like that when you first get there. So be respectful to them to make sure you fit in. Be respectful to your family and bring them up when you're prepared for them to have the softest landing in Townsville, so it's a pleasurable experience for them. Okay? And just do the righty by your partner. The houses up there are fantastic. You're going to get like a 4-bedroom house, right? When you've got a family, and you're going to be paying half market rent pretty much, whether you're in a rental assistance or whether you're in a service provided property. But there's something else you need to know. Unlike going to a normal retail house as a civilian, where you'll go in and you'll pay a bond, and we'll say that's $3,000. Okay, it's not like that. You won't pay a bond on military properties when you move in. So when I say military property, it's still a brand new house, not made by military. All right. When you go in there, there is no bond to pay, but there's also no ceiling on how much you will pay when you move out. What do I mean by that? For example, when I got out of the Army and I left the School of Infantry and I was living in the Singleton Heights, I had to pay $130 because I hadn't washed out a bin. It cost me, I think, $800 for gardens. And I think they went for one of their friends who overcharged. It was bloody corrupt as buggery. But that was the DHA girls at Williamstown, I think. I got absolutely fleeced. It cost a fortune, and everything cost a lot. Light bulb, $60, all sorts of weird shit. So if you damage a property or you don't treat it well, you will pay what the cost is. It doesn't stop at the price of the bond through the bond authority. So be careful of that. Nick K, thanks for the streams, Kaz. Loving the content. Loving the questions, Nick. Is there anything that you guys and gals need to hear? Is there anything you need to hear about this? Let me know in questions now. Otherwise, we're going to turn this now over to the chat and start to talk to you guys. See what you want, what you need, what's going on. Just be respectful of partners. You're starting a life journey, sure. But you have an area of influence and you're taking people with you. All right? There's a welfare officer there for families at the unit that your partner's at that you can contact if you have any problems while they're away as well. You aren't by yourself. Okay. They have liaison teams where ladies can come out and help you out as well. Right. You'll never be left alone. All right? Okay. Pretty lame trolling attempt, to be honest. Lots of laugh. We've seen better. Who was it? JC, I'm currently staying near the Broadbeach police station. Is that your area? Billy Crask. No one says it more honest than Billy Crask. Jay Hayes, cow count is number 4. We'll have to whack at another one soon. JC was a Broadbeach cop for 5 years. You couldn't come away from that single. Lightweight comment. There's nothing worse than when you try to really get someone with a witty comment and it falls short and pathetic. Always appreciate being teased by people too, team, because the best lines that are ever said against you, that's awesome. If you're the only one that heard it, you can turn that around, you can recycle it, and you can use it on others. Wit is one of those things that you really want to have in life, with a good sense of humour as well. JC is near Ribena. Because you said that, now I'm thinking about Ribena, that grape drink that you pretended to like as a kid. Kane. Hashtag 157. Patreon number, represent Kane from Mackay. What was meant to be the jewel of Queensland but fell flat. We've got Bailey there. G'day, Bailey. How you going? From what I have heard, cops in GC are the ones who have gotten in trouble in the Gold Coast. Don't know. What whiskey are you on, Jay? Jaden. Jay still needs a haircut. Don't we all? And if you get a haircut before you go to Kapuka, don't think they're not going to cut it again. So we've also had some things that have occurred. The Army Reserve look like they're being stood up to assist with the police force in Australia domestically. Not domestically, Democles. Different. Okay. Right. I can see that's going to be a fairly interesting thing for the Army Reservists. It's a little bit scary for me because Army Reserve, you always get 2 types of guys. You get the bell curve, where you've got those that are really great hands, and you've got those that are a broken arrow that are waiting for any opportunity to make an Instagram moment for himself. So please, if you're in an Army Reserve and they deploy you, all right, make sure that you do that uniform proud, because you're representing the regular army as well. When you go out there, fantastic. What you're doing, what I can see happening is that'll allow the police force to potentially have 1 cop, 2 soldiers. You know, the soldiers are not there to police, but they can assist the cop. So don't think they're going to stand back and watch you tussle with 1 cop as you try to steal a TV. They'll still help him too. You know, but they are here to let you know that this is serious. They're stood up as an emergency force, and there'll probably be more and more and more of them, not just doing support roles, but assisting the police, giving that feeling of security on the streets. You know, and salute their efforts for that, you know, because it can be bloody hard work. It really can be. It's going to be good to see soldiers in the back of police cars as passengers and not as bloody patients. Seen a few cops in the back of cop cars and picked up a fair few too. Mr. Barker, how you going, mate? Where are we, Jay? Dave. Hold the Army Reserve standards high. John Monash high. Dave D. The temptation for you to say, no, I want to get on the street as quickly as possible. Don't make me an officer. You know, what I want to do is go and be a baggy ass so I can get out there and patrol around in the Mercedes vehicles myself. It's going to be interesting. Fergie. I'm good, Kaz. How are you? Mr. Barker, I'm doing well, mate. We're just jumping on here every few days just so we can give you guys a bit of time out. Let you know that people are here that you can catch up with if you're home alone, bored as hell with an Xbox controller, a flat bottle of creaming soda beside you. There's a channel that I've found that is amazing. Amazing. It is the Binge channel but I still can't bring myself to watch an episode in the bath. And that's called Alter, Alter, Alter. And that's a YouTube channel, which is primo quality, small films, and they're all scary films. Yep, they're short, scary movies. Lauren's seen nearly all of them and vouches for them as well, but never told me about it. I wish she had have. Jaden Anderson, the 100 push-up challenge. It'd take me a little while to get back to 100 push-ups. It's awesome. It's really worth it. Just so go into Alter and watch that. And one of them is, there's an interesting twist to it, but I saw it coming, is called iMum, which is for like iPhone, iMum, and it's for robotic babysitters. I couldn't imagine too many women would allow for a robot as hot as iMum to be allowed into a male's house. I don't think so. You don't want someone lusting after a robot. It's a good episode to start off on. Don't Look Away, I think, is another one of them. I'm not sure. Why wouldn't have you seen it, Barks? Exo Challenge, I've had many years of practice on how to stay with a small room for days with a packet of Doritos and an Xbox. Mate, you have discipline. Good on you, mate. JC, Lauren, watch Bright Bum. It's a new horror movie. I had to turn on the lights. Freaked me out. JC, is that on? What's it on, mate? I love the horror movies, but they infect you when you try to go to sleep. I can feel a little bit of a headache behind my eye at the moment. I'm plateauing at 65, but can't do more than that. JJ, 65. You might need to go faster with your technique. You might need to do abdominal platforming. Right? If you do platforming, right, make that A-frame and hold that position for at least 2 minutes, you'll improve. Also, you can do the Jackson Dempsey push-ups, which is as many push-ups as you can do. Try to aim for 50 without stopping, okay, on the hour of the work hours, okay, and do that day on, day off, okay, day on, day off, then another day on, etc. Other than that, have a training partner and also do lighter weights with bench press and do that for muscular endurance. So you're not going for 12 reps, which would be hypertrophy. You need to go for something lighter. So you're looking at 20 to 30 reps, etc. Do that. And also do a lot of dips, which will be working on the tricep and your back, and that'll assist you as well. Right. The way I got to over 100 was just doing them. Yeah, on Prime. Okay. Pepsi will cure that, mate. Matty, g'day, mate. New horror movie that's actually good. What movie? I missed it. Mattman, JC's got one up there. Bright Burn, it's called. But what I was going to say to you, there's 249 of these movies, short movies, Matty, and it's on Alter, Alter. Alter. Check it out. Check it out now. Get going if you need to, mate. How long do you have to live on base? That could be 6 months or it can be 12 months. And grid, some people want to stay on there forever. And you can opt to have the food option or not the food option, which means you pay and all meals are taken care of. I recommend that. I do. Because you get more than enough time to eat when you're in the battalion. You do. You get like 2 lunches a day. PT, you don't have breakfast in the morning. You do PT, and then between 8:40 and 9:30, you're either seeing your own wife, someone else's wife, or going and have a cup of coffee and a cinnamon donut or some food. And from there, you come back. By 12 o'clock, you're trying to beg for an early lunch. You go and have an hour's lunch. That's right, an hour plus. And then when you get back from there, you either do some training or you start squealing about how can I go to the gym and go and do some workout in work time and then knock off from there and then go and have an afternoon lunch before waiting to go to dinner with someone else's wife or your own. And repeat, rinse and repeat. Lauren, it's now called Bright Bum. Okay, there you go. Watch G. William at your own peril, though. Man, I need some of these links. William Krask, sorry, Lauren, just really upset over the Chinese and their health standards. Many have died who were healthy 3 weeks ago. We don't know where this is going, do we? We really, really don't. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I was a little bit upset to see people aren't taking it very seriously in Western Sydney. There's as many cars out as what there is any other day. By rights, we should also have about 200 people watching this tonight. With a complete lockdown, smallest stream we've ever had. Doesn't make sense. Would you return from being away, training and or deployment? Is family life the same as before you left, or does it take a while to get back? Oops. Or does it take a while to get back in rhythm? Not too cow. Nick K. And not too cow for grid too. This is the thing, Nick. Depending on where you've been, you will change, but so will your partner. Something happens, and Lauren can probably tell you this, and it's no slight on anyone, that when people get used to you being away, they get independent, and they either long for your returning or they learn to live without you. And that can be a hard one when you come back and they're like, you're sort of invading our life now. Okay? But also you can come back, and what's the first thing that you're always going to want to do? Come back, see the missus, put your shirt on, and then get out with the boys and have a drink. And you're going to want to be around with them because that's all you know now. You're going to be still going sometimes and reaching over, where's my weapon? Where's my weapon? You might not be able to sleep properly because when you can't feel your weapon there, you think that you've left it somewhere. There's some weird phantom dreams you have. Depends on what happens on your deployment. Or you might come back and go, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. And then get married prematurely or take her on a beautiful holiday. One thing I recommend to 100% of people, 100%, and I wish I'd done it, is when you go overseas, it's hard at the moment with what's going on, but I recommend that you owe the person that has waited for you some time out. They've been working hard, looking after the campfires, maybe having a very bland time while you're away. Tell them, don't spend me money while I'm gone. But when I come back, there's a surprise. What I don't believe you should do is put a ring on their finger. Because you come back and you're an emotional fruitcake when you come back. You can be over-emotional. You can feel like you passed the test. Put this calamari ring on your finger as quick as you can. Give it time. Fall back into life. But take them on a holiday. Don't put it all on a house. Don't put it all on a car. Take them overseas. It can be somewhere romantic. It can be somewhere fun. Take them somewhere where they can have something to look forward to. Let them tell you where they want to go. Let them plan it while you're gone. So that when you come back and you're given your leave period, because you'll still work for a couple of weeks when you come back to allow you to acclimatise back to being in Australia as well. And any problems that might come out from you being on operations, that you've got some terra firma, that you've got a little bit of normality, okay? And things don't give you shock when you come back, because some people come back to bad news too with no one waiting for them. Yep. Yeah. So you come back different, they come back different, or they're different when you come back. Sometimes you're stronger, sometimes you're not. But you know what? That happens. That happens when a girl gets a new job too. She makes new friends. Sometimes they're good friends. Sometimes they're bad friends. Women play up as often as men do. Do not believe anything different. It's absolutely true. Maybe even more. Yeah. Which man actually knows his kids are his, unless he's got red hair? You know who your mum definitely is. You don't always know who your dad is. Okay, I'll check your stuff out too. Lightfoot, how you going, mate? Not light feet. Thanks for the altar link. And say thanks to Kaz too. Hey, Lighty, how you going, buddy? JC, going for the orange. On the fruiterer there, I don't know what the context is, but I like it. Good Dave, gentlemen. Someone's having a drink there, are they, Billy? Screamfest is good too. Where's all this? How come I haven't known of this stuff? Look, To tell you the truth, team, I don't want links about military stuff. I really don't. I've been doing military stuff for 48 years now. What I want is scary shit. What I want is funny stuff. Don't worry about the army stuff. I'm oversaturated with that. Bam. That's what it's all about, team. That's it. Second and done. Benny Wright. Enjoy the time together. Yeah. Oh, hello, late again. The Pop is here. Good to have you here, Pop. And you're welcome, mate. While you have the chance, yep. Nick Kay, jump the gun on your advice. Get married next year. Nick Kay, that's okay, mate. As long as you want to get married. There is nothing better than seeing a married couple where they actually wanted to get married. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. We could all be so lucky as to meet a life partner early. I'm not sure how old you are, Nick. All right, and then spend the rest of our life holding that person's hand, and being totally happy with their decision. I think that's a beautiful thing. Nick, Midway was shit. I didn't go and see it, JC. I just had this feeling that it was going to be a little bit too over CGI'd. Dave D, update Matty has successfully put together the flat pack of death. What was it? Was it a table? Jay Hayes. Price Harry. Matt Man. Oh, Prince Harry. Well, I've said I was different when I got back from Afghanistan. He used to be black. Yeah, it's an interesting one, JC. And you know what? When we go and see psychologists, etc., whether it be as a cop, paramedic, soldier, airman, sailor, whatever, it's a good thing that you take your partner along and that they actually get some time with your partner to ask, what's he like? Where's he wrong? Sadly, the lovely lady that was the mother of my little girl, it wasn't until we were in a PTSD course where we had to draw a picture of our family and all that sort of stuff. And she just started crying, and she's a very unemotional, strong Greek woman. She started crying, and that was when I first realized when she said the damage is done. It can't go back together again. I was like, I assumed there was no dramas except for me being a dickhead, but that weren't the case. Yep, it can be sad. Communication's an important thing, and you can get through almost anything if both people can communicate. If both people are willing to go and get a coffee. If both people are willing to shut their mouth, open their ears and listen. Yeah. Maybe I wasn't listening, eh? I can't watch Tattoo TV. Okay, Lightfoot. Good, mate. It's better to date before, during, or good, mate. Is it better to date before, during, or after basic training? Lightfoot, it's a dangerous one, mate. As I'll always say, when you go to a g'day, disgruntled veteran gamer. Good to have you here, mate. I'm sure you've got your own opinions on exactly what we're talking about tonight. The question is it better to date before or after training? Well, you don't have a choice, do you? You don't have a choice. You're going to break hearts, and you're going to get yours broken, and that's called life. Goddamn life. Nothing owes you happiness. Okay. It's a byproduct of hard work, communication, and being a giver. Unfortunately, too often givers meet takers, and that's a fact. And a taker will keep taking, and a giver will keep giving. One of the hard things that happens when someone grows up in a garrison town, that the young girls there, when they get to the ripe age where they start dating, there's no way they're going to date a civilian guy, okay, that works for, no, there's no Video Easy anymore, McDonald's, when they can have a guy who's got a flash car, fit as buggery, got abs, good haircut, good-looking friends, and can afford the lifestyle she wants to live at. Inadvertently, what happens is they'll get chewed up and spat out. Either they'll break up with him because they like his friend, or he will break up with her because he's young, immature, and someone else says, hey, mate, you want to come for a walk? So basically what happens is they can end up going through more partners than they should, more partners than they need, and then not understand when they've got a good thing in front of them. Right? It's like being in Western Australia and having all the different mines with all the different pay and conditions. It can be very easy to start going for multiple mines while you're on fire, good looking and fit. And then before you know it, the offers start drying up. But you're so used to living in that lifestyle, that it can be hard to slow down and accept that what was in front of you the whole time was enough. Right? So it can be tough. Are you the best looking guy in Townsville? Because you're going to be competing against the best looking guy in Townsville. It's a tough one. But I don't know you. You might be a good looking dude, mate. You might be well above what's going on, because when a guy settles down, it's about timing. It's not about what the girl looks like. It's about timing. When the timing is right, the guy says yes. That's why sometimes you look at couples and you go, oh, that's weird. But it makes sense to him, and that's fine. Jason Bridges, Kaz, do you know any riflemen with eczema? Eczema? Yeah, I've known some soldiers with eczema. They didn't have it when they were joining. They had it later, dry skin, etc. I knew one guy whose skin was whiter than a bloody cricket bat, and he wasn't allowed to get posted north of Brisbane. His name was Palmer. Bruce M. Nothing in the centre of Navy jokes like semen stains. Mate, I saw the maker. Lauren doesn't believe me. But there was a guy last night on one of the videos I saw for what looks like is going to be one of the best cameras ever created, called the Canon EOS R5. It's been delayed a bit, and it's supposed to be the replacement of the 5D Mark IV, right? And this camera, one of the developers is called Dick Pound. Imagine a name like Dick Pound. What girl is going to want to marry you? You'd have to change your name. What was your mum and dad thinking to give you a name like Dick when your last name's Pound? Has he picked up his porn name and run with it? It's bloody weird. I see you there, Kane. Most of those good-looking blokes are all in the Air Force. That's true. But you know what? Hard work will take those looks away, JC. You bloody donut eater. That's how he hurt his shoulder, I heard. Force feeding his face like bloody a Waterloo cannon with bloody donuts on the drive. You've got to lubricate yourself, mate. Disgruntled veteran gamer, mate. I've got an idea regarding the ANZAC appeal. I don't normally stream games, but me and a few guys are streaming to make money for the ANZAC appeal. I'm not sure what the ANZAC appeal is for, mate. Oh, I'm sorry. I better check that out, eh? 2 ex-infantry blokes playing games, trying to make money due to lack of able to sell badges. Well, we've got our Patreon here, and we're waiting for a good cause. Yep. And the Patreon, wait a sec, Dick Pound is the Olympic guy from Canada. Oh, I've got it mixed up. Okay, so it wasn't a Canon guy, it was the Olympic guy. Okay, I watch so much social media on what's happening in the world at the moment. I thought it was the camera guy. Okay, so Dick Pound is the Olympic guy, and it's legit. How would you know, Dave D? Have you been checking that out on the back of the shithouse doors? He's got an Everest. I'm a little bit jealous, so I've got to mock him a little bit, and I've got to tease him before he becomes an officer. Jason probably won't, because asthma is curable in a sense. Get it under control. Yeah, but the thing is, Bob, the Bob is here. Eczema in a tropical environment under body armor, helmets, and equipment, it would make you almost undeployable. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Depends on new currency in England. Is hazing initiation the thing when you get to your unit? I don't know. Hazing initiation. Look, guys, if it is, it is. But it didn't happen to me. You just got treated like shit when you first got to the unit until you proved yourself. I don't know why people get so worried about that. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, and it ain't personal. JC and Everest, do they now make them for men? Oh, whack. Kaz want me to post that poem on here. Yeah, you can if you want, man. You can if you want. The ANZAC special is money raised from selling poppies and badges for veterans and their families. I just don't understand it so much because we've got DVA looking after our soldiers. Is it looking after the older soldiers and their wives, or what? Because we've got a whole organisation that is there to look after veterans. Grunts are always hazing each other. Nothing that's not fun unless you're brand new at your unit. Look, people are pretty, pretty sensitive these days too. You got to remember when you join the military, even if you're 24, you might still be a boy. There is no trials of manhood anymore. So people can be quite sensitive, and I wouldn't expect anyone that's sensitive to be coming to the Army, because the Army shouldn't ever change for someone who's joining. It's up to them to become the soldier. So it's no game. You are training, and have absolutely no mistake that you were training hard so that you were ready for the worst day. Not anyone can be a soldier on their best day. You were training for the worst day. And even you getting killed doesn't make the mission a failure. It can still be a success even when you die. Yep. We need to remember that, because it's a volunteer's job. And you want to fight with soldiers that are volunteers. That's how you know the job's going to get done. Because if they're going to give their time, their life, their signature for the cause, then you'd better make sure that you give them a cause worth fighting and dying for. Yep. Nicknames. You don't get to choose your own nickname. The nickname you get is given to you, and it's normally earned from your name or from your deeds. And there's some bloody golden ones. And if you say, I don't like being called that, it's there forever. Yeah. Never say that you don't like being called something unless you're willing to pick them up, and they'll let you throw them, because it'll stick. JC knows that too. JC or is Spanish a turd. Mierda is shit in Spanish. Jay Hayes, we all doing the driveway service for ANZAC Day? I don't know. It's my birthday. I might spend one of them, sleep on the lounge with my daughter, watching Netflix, arm over her, and just sleep in. This is going to be, there'll still be cataflux parties, but they'll probably be done for TV, so you can watch it from the comfort of your lounge chair, the way the ANZACs would want you to do it as well. Disgruntled veteran. One thing I will say is, despite my name, I never regretted anything, but I do have to say I do suffer from PTSD right now, and that's something partners have to take into account. It is something they have to take into account, and they also have the choice to cut you away or to keep you. But if they keep you, they can't also keep a flame to your feet going because you said this long ago, you said that long ago. If you stay with someone permanently that has treated you badly, verbally or whatever, then you're putting yourself, it's your own fault. Some of the best relationships actually happen when the lady says, and I wish some more psychiatrists would say this, that this couple, you guys have more chance of getting along if you go your separate ways and are allowed to heal. Because it's very hard to heal when you're together and you've been through all of this together and you've said things that you totally regret saying to those that you loved when you exploded steam-wise, and said things that you should never have said. And that is why, and I'm not being disrespectful to your position there, disgruntled veteran gamer, because being someone with diagnosed PTSD, having lost my job for it as well, and being on a pension, this is how I give back. I had to sit down with my ex-partner, who I still love and is the mother of my child, and she's a fantastic mother. And the one time I communicated correctly, press like if you do at the moment, team. I'd appreciate to see those thumbs go up if we can. The one thing I did right was one day when we weren't fighting. I remember we sat down. It was just before the Australia Day weekend. And I just said to her, do you get sick of fighting, mate? And she said, I do, Dean. I get sick of fighting all the time. And she said, I used to love you so much. She goes, I still love you. I'll do anything you need. But I don't love who you've become. You are totally changed. You were totally different. There is none of that spark that you used to have. And I was like, wow, that was really hard to hear. But I said to her, well, what do you propose we do? And we both said, for the benefit of our daughter, let's go our separate ways. I don't like Sydney, but I'll stay to live in Sydney. I will support you. I will pay you more than I need to in maintenance without going through the proper channels. And I will support my family how and when it takes to get you through whatever the problems are. But we just need to be honest with each other. Okay? Okay? And we've lived as close to happily ever after because of that communication. There's still times, mate, where I walk around yelling at the moon in here like the guy that I put on Instagram today, chucking a nanny. But no one hears it except the next door neighbours, ironically, are Chinese. And the other side are Indian. But, man, when I lose my shit, I lose my shit. And I don't mean to, but when the kettle boils, there's nothing I can do about it. You know what happened today? I absolutely lost my shit. I've never seen something like it. I nearly turned off Coca-Cola today. Wait 2 seconds. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry. Oh, listen. That's how a Coke says I love you. Ben Cousins, that one's for you. So, today, I was speaking to the master sniper from Townsville, Jason Harrison, the curator of the 2RAR Oldfellas Museum. And I was talking to him, and I dropped a bloody can of Coke at the top of my stairs on the carpet. It exploded. It was closed. It exploded, and it looked like blood spatter. It bounced, rolled like a slinky, escaping the village, went down the S-bend, and fled down the bloody stairs. Everywhere it went, it threw 12 feet high to our ceiling on the stairs, and there is Coke everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And I'm screaming, yelling, swearing, trying to keep up with this bloody can while I'm on the phone as well. The mess, there's still bits I haven't been able to find. It'd be like if you'd killed someone in your family and the police are there, you're going, I haven't seen them. I don't know where they've gone. And then you look up and see those blood spots like Dexter and you're going, uh-oh, there's one. I hope he doesn't see it. It's still there. I can see a couple from here. I've got it on video when I was doing the cleanup as well. These little things seem to always happen to people when you've got an attention and anger span that's like that. Grumpy knows about that. He gets real cranky too. So I call him Grumpy. What do we got here? Nothing like a golfer out on a golfer on an ASLab fridge. I used to get seasick in the ASLabs, that rolling, bouncing motion because of the wheels. And it's like they didn't even care when I was sick. Dave D, good wishes to your daughter's father and mother and everyone else who shapes her life. Who are you talking to, Dave? Good wishes to your daughter's father. Are you saying that I'm not my daughter's dad? You jack bastard. My son once froze a bottle of Coke. It exploded everywhere. Man, Lauren, how much does 375 mils worth of damage cause? It's like a hand grenade. I said in the video, I was thinking it was like bloody, what's his name, Cardinal Pell's undies. It was a goddamn mess. JC is saying down here, just remember you've had a few drinks, JC. Don't give too much detail about yourself that you don't want to share, matey. I didn't even do anything serious in Afghanistan, was involved in an IDF rocket attack that hit a building I was in and helped repatriate 8 deceased Aussie soldiers. I never left the wire, though. We have our different experience, and the Rashomon effect a lot of people don't understand is from 3 different points at exactly the same situation can have 3 complete different experiences, outlooks, and consequences. So what is a big deal to someone might be a small deal to someone else, but that can all be down to the angle and what you did to deal with that pain. So JC might have seen things from an absolutely terrible perspective that someone else may have even had a personality disorder, didn't get affected in the same way. You know, someone might be a hell of a lot more sensitive or might have something that is compounded to that, or may have just got off picket from someone and that ended up with that situation occurring. I know the one you're talking about, and that can cause survivor's guilt. There are so many different things that can happen that can affect our lives. And all you got to do is stay connected to your buddies and remember that we're a team, we're a family, and it's important. It's important to never be too tough for your own good. Yeah. Hey, as Mr. P hasn't been here today, has he? I hope he's all right. Hey, Madison, how you going, buddy? Sorry I'm late. Hey, Lauren and Dave, William Krask. Thank you, JC, from the families. That's it. Thank you, JC. Hopefully we don't end up with RAF retired, JC. I really hope this operation goes well for you in the next day or so, because we all need you back on that line, mate. Jay Hayes, much respect for your service, JC, and all those who have served and are serving. Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's extend that to our nurses and our doctors at the moment that are waiting for the hordes to come over the hill, okay? Because if we meet anything like Italy and Spain have, it's going to be a sad, sad day. Veteran, PTSD plays tricks, mate. You think you haven't seen or done enough, but trauma is trauma and got to stop trying to just justify it. Yep. Absolutely. The like to dislike ratio to this live stream is good. Oh, that's awesome, man. Mike, it doesn't matter what we do. We always end up with the one thumbs down, and we call him the thumbs down guy. There's someone who lets us know they're here. It could be someone that likes the stream for all I know. But it's fine. Willpower and the ability to deal with trauma differs from person to person. It does, Ben. And people either get over things, okay, or what can happen is you can go in a downhill spiral. And one thing that men seem to be really bad at is self-care. Okay, self-care. Where ladies tend to put on weight and can't stop eating, guys tend to basically starve themselves, and wither away. And our body issues is when we lose weight. Yeah? I found my demon only after it almost killed me. I'm glad you found it, bud. Thumbs down guy is the lid in the section. Shouldn't have given him the 79, mate. Benny's in Melbourne. I'm actually really starting to like Victoria. I do. I don't like their policies. I don't like their left-leaning policies. But what I do like is I've never had a bad experience with the people there. When you're in the town, everyone seems to be getting along their way. But if you say hello to them, you get a g'day. I found it quite nice. Hi, thumbs down, guy. The next couple of days, I'm self-care. It's a big one, Benny, eh? It's one of those funny things, I shave me balls, but then forget to eat. You got to get your priorities right, don't you? Your landing gear. Why would that come first? Benny, right. You're right, Kaz, mate. Good to hear that from you. Which one was that, Benny? Is there reconnaissance engineers? No, I don't think so. No. JC, I hope it doesn't happen, veteran gamer. Where are we? Thumb down guy is the lid of the section, or took me 8 years before I ended up in Ward 17 repat. Okay. Well, that's very honest of you, veteran gamer, and I'll let you know too that I've done 2 PTSD courses, and the reason why I did that is because I owed it to my family to go and do that. I've also done a what was it? It was an awareness course, so I'd learn how to become a civilian and how to understand the goings on of the brain and the sensitivities of those in the civilian sector as opposed to military. So I had a greater understanding of the sensitivities of civilians before I came out of the military. And the thing that PTSD courses teach you to do is to be able to speak about your pain so that you know how to repeat it to those that trust when the time is right, that you can share your story, because it's important that they hear it. And that's why I do poetry, so that you're reading something that is concentrated, something that is hard-hitting and gives a percentage of what's going on without actually saying a name, but has an artistic flair to it, which makes it easy to also give it to someone else who was in the same place with you, and then they can pass that on like an artifact of service, so to speak. Good a camo. Not so cow 99 was the name of what used to be my childhood crush, Maxwell Smart's Offsider, and ever since then I've had a soft spot for bob cuts. Because I think it would be important for families and the person considering joining to watch you're not in the forces anymore. There is no better video than you're not in the army now, or you're not in the forces now video. It is the best video as a tool I have ever seen. It does not hold any punches, and it basically tells you that when you get to a certain point, and this is for people with post-traumatic stress disorder team, and we're talking about military post-traumatic stress disorder, that you get to a choice where you have 2 choices. One is you've hit rock bottom, you need to either get on with your life, do something, or the other one is to tap out. We know what we mean there. All right. And he doesn't hold any punches. And you watch that with your missus, and mate, it's crystal clear. You could not get it. You just get it, you know. It's really, really good. We'll actually whack that in as a link in the next video we put out, because I think it's mucho respect how important. And I want to say another thing here. Is, you know, utmost respect to those that want to join the military. Do not listen to those that try to tell you do not join the military because of reasons A, B, C, D, or E. Because I don't know anyone that has ever regretted their military service. No one. And why would you tell someone not to do something because there's negativities that come with that? There is a lot of negativities with being a coal miner. You know, we know with Maddie that there's a lot of downside to the big money that you earn being a shearer. A hooker will tell you the money is great, but the lifestyle sucks. You know, imagine the burnout that Lauren got as a tattooist, getting paid a fortune, you know, but 5-8 hours a day as an artist. Who wouldn't get more burnout than someone that is an artist getting told that you will perform, you will be creative? Am I right, Lauren? Am I right? You know, if someone wants to join the military, you're going to come out with scars. And it might be your knees, it might be your ankles, it might be your back, it might be your hearing, it might be your eyes, it might be your brain. But that's what life is here for, is to be lived. One frame at a time. Camera. Whatever you need. Live your life. Make the stories. Go through the pain. You're not supposed to be just skipping through daffodil bloody fields. The sound of music. That's not what life is meant to be about. Or if it's going to be that, that can be on the holidays when you haven't got a pack on your back. Because I tell you what, the girls still love the guy with the larrikin. They still love the guy who's got a bit of fight in the dog. You still got to man up. You've got to be prepared to do what you have to do when the times are rough. And then you enjoy your times just as much. You earn your food. You earn your sleep. You earn your hugs. You earn your kisses. And you earn your respect. And you definitely earn your bloody nickname. And if your nickname is itchy ass or something like that, try explaining that to the girls. Good luck, JC, for a good surgery outcome. Absolutely. Lovely Madison. What's going on? I'm trying to read down in case Madison's got one before that one. Bam. Emailed my enlistment officer or again today. Hopefully she'll reply soon. I don't even know if they're at their office, but I'd imagine they are, Madison, because everything's going ahead like normal. Yep. Tony, how you going, mate? Doing it all right right now. So here's a donation for another great listen. Cheers, Kaz and team. Tony Sergo, great to have you here, mate. Thank you very much for the donation. We've got a whole bunch of people that have just got to Kapuka, and we've got a whole bunch of people who are about to go. And now, without what's going on in the world, it is the coldest time is coming upon us. You do not want to be at Kapuka in winter pretending the cold doesn't worry you. It worries you. And there's nothing they can do to get away from it. When they first go to Kapuka now, they're going straight into quarantine. And that doesn't mean you're not training. That means you go down there, but the first few weeks, okay, you're going to be unable to go to your other platoons. You're going to be set aside from them. And that's important, and that's all cool. You know? So don't let that panic you. Jonesy A, my favourite month of the year, okay, on a fitness kick as we speak. Did a run the other day, 5 kilometres every 5 hours. No, sorry. How many hours was it? She did 25K run in the day. Hey, Kaz, lots of laugh. I came in at the right time. Itchy ass. Sorry, late, Kaz, and can't stay long. Just want to say g'day. Well, you've got a lot on your plate at the moment. I hope you have a great day, love. Keep your Instagram up. I enjoy seeing the pictures, and I hope that your fitness is doing well. But don't overtrain. Don't overtrain. You're going to need that energy too, love. I think you're a workaholic or a sucker for punishment. Because you might have to put it up. I'm not sure what that one's about, mate. Lauren, I can't seem to find lamb at the moment. We've got some pork. I've got everything to make tacos except mince and tacos. Get some pork on your fork. I couldn't find mince the other day either. There's no meat in mince. 5Ks every 5 hours for 25 hours. There you go. Geez, that's some broken sleep patterns right there. Plenty of fresh lamb in Tassie. Mince is like gold at the moment. Yeah, it is. Thanks, buddy. Lots of laugh. More of a sucker for punishment. Okay, there you go. That makes sense. Bailey, Kaz, before I enlist, I'm thinking of doing some volunteering with the cadets as a staff member. Don't do that. Is that a good thing to do beforehand? Nah, don't do it, mate. Nah. It's not going to do anything. It won't help you in any way. You'd be better off, right, going and spend some time training. And when you're not training, start researching on why you want to join the army, what you want to do, and what does it take to have the mindset of the warrior, mate. There's to be someone in the Navy with the nickname Dick Pounder. Sure, there is a bend over. I'd imagine there would be. I hope that everyone watches some Alta after this. Jonesy A, if you're still there. My daughter and I watched an episode the other day. And Madison, you should watch it too. I'm not just directing this at the ladies, the boys as well, the men. Go and watch Alta when we're finished here. ALTER. Go and binge that. Horror movies. They're indie films, 249 different videos on that channel, and all of them have got a bit of a twist to them. They're all exciting, good-looking people. They're pretty good, pretty damn good. I think it might be the best channel on YouTube. Alta. Alter. Yeah. Here's one. I'm not sure what you're going to think about this. I don't know what you're going to think about it. As you know, yeah, it's on YouTube, Jay. You know, have a look at them and then let's have a phone call in the next few days and tell us which ones you like. Because remember that hideous film I sent you of the strange little man in the alley? That was disgusting. That changed my life. I will not ever watch that episode again. I won't even recommend it. That was disgusting. Horrible. That scarred my brain. So what I'm thinking about doing is naturally almost all the footage that is ever taken for any one of my videos is always footage I take myself, because I want my love to be photography, videography, editing, the music, the sound, all that sort of shit. I've got the music is from Artlist, which is a paid subscription so you can get great music. But I'm thinking about going into Art Grid. It's only $40 a month, and I don't mind absorbing that. That's fine. But what it allows me to do is do premium videos where I can edit with all different 4K videos, joining that together and do voiceover instead of just being my scon here. So you get to see some beautiful videos put with beautiful music, but then just the message that goes with it. Will you still like it if it's not got that human connection, that I haven't taken the video, that it's not Aaron the Hitman Dixon, that it's not Australian soldiers in it? If the message is good, are you happy to be watching channels that is all B-roll that has been provided by professional photographers? Because it's all premium photography. Interesting. Disgruntled veteran gamer. Thank you very much, Sue. Thank you very much. Nutsu Cow. Thanks, Disgruntled. Streamlabs, OBS. Yep, I've got that. Just so you, in case you came late to us, Disgruntled veteran gamer, we had a pretty slick sort of stream before, and we had over 530 videos out. And what happened was we got hacked, lost the channel. Before that, we were on Streamlabs, and we were able to input videos. We could put music in. We could do all that. But since the beta has changed with streaming, the Streamlabs OBS with our current network, we also lost a computer. And since then, it's we just haven't been able to use it. So we're going to put some time in and try and get it back up. But I prefer it. I like to be able to speak like this and then go, bam, video. We've got the stream pad here that we used to use as well. There you go. Which has got all the different push button videos and stuff that we used to put on for you. Wait a second. Here we go. I'll just pull that off. There we go. All that push button glory. What's the dog record? Was it 14, Jay? 13 is the top cow count of the new channel so far. Well done. What's not so cow means? Brady, didn't you know what not so cow means? You need to watch Street Fighter. Van Damme. Nutsu Cow. He was kicking the pole and it was coming down all around him. It was crazy. You can't fight him. My Lee, great fuggy. Nutsu Cow. Nutsu Cow. Nutsu Cow. Nutsu Cow. What's he saying? He's saying White Warrior. Nutsu Cow. That's what it means. You made my night. Kaz, the Chinese needed your vid to train their mega army. Oh, shit. That was a good way to end a stream, I reckon. We might let you people go and watch your versions of Alter now. Education kids, get it in. Let's go. Not so cow. Someone that'll be the thing from now on. Every video, someone's going to go, "What does not so cow mean?" Every video. Lots of laugh. You quoting that reminds me of sitting with the boys after work watching action flicks. Do you know how disgusting it used to be being a soldier? I'll tell you something, because you're all able to take it. You know, we used to have a porn van before CDs even came out, when everything was VHS. Try hiding a gym bag full of porn tapes. You know, it was disgusting. And there was an actual van, a minivan, that was dedicated to driving around the barracks, you know, because there's only men there. And you'd have 1,000 men in a battalion, no girls. And the van would come around and you'd hear, the porn van is here. And there'd be guys getting told, just go. Someone look after the weapons. And you'd be in weapons lessons, and people would run, and you'd be able to get a tape. And then, if that was your thing, and then go and swap it, where you could get a tape and that'd give you half price off the next one. But you'd get to see the tapes in your mate's bag. Like, what the hell are you watching? What are you looking at midgets for, you dirty bastard? And that, it's just a joke, mate. You know, but some of the videos, you'd see someone going, who put that one there? That's how politically incorrect it used to be. But it was funny. Mutto got charged at East Timor for looking up porn on the defence. Net 3 days, extra duties, loss of pay. That's crazy, isn't it? When you're overseas, you know, full of testosterone, full investigation, step in front of the TF commander. Was he sort of smiling between his lips, pretending that he cared? Play green sleeves. I don't know what that is. My job, we had a 12 MA 3 min of porn come into work 7 months into a 9-month tour. You know that you're relaxed at Kapuka when you finally go, that's it. I'm going to go and marry me hand. You know, it normally happens at about the 2.5 month mark, and after that, you sleep like a baby. It's not a sex thing; it's a relief thing. Anyway, we've digressed. Disgruntled. What do you have to say for yourself? Well, sir, what do you expect? I'll do it again. About chicks, Lauren, like Mr. Whippy. Anyway, team, we're going to get out of here. We're going to let you go and watch Alta or whatever else you want to go and watch. I don't even know what that means. The stream was Mintox. I don't even know what that means. I wonder how many blokes got caught jacking one off. If you get caught, the offender is the person who catches you. You can't get caught. It's gay to catch someone. Okay, team. I'll hit me up if you need a hand. At what? You know, not at that. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you after. Take it easy. Thanks for the donations of your time. Thank you for the donations of your donations. Thank you for just being here, and stay strong, because we don't know what's coming next. But we will still be here, because we're your forever channel. And to the wives and the girlfriends that watch this video, apart from the last 20 minutes, I hope you understand that we want you to succeed as well. It's important for us that you don't have a negative mindset of military, because when you get it right, we can be the best partners of all. Right? Take it easy. Look after your kids. Look after yourselves. And do what the government tells you to do, and we'll get out of this all right. Okay. If we get the choice to stay on the Titanic or get on the lifeboats, I will still stay on the Titanic to give you the chance to get on the lifeboat. That's what it's all about. All right. See you later. Miltsu cow. One more for the count. Take it easy. She ain't heavy. She's my brother.